guys, what's up? You got your boy Knard on another episode of Liquid Therapy. I have my boy Jonathan here today. Just gonna chop it up a little bit, see what he's about, see what he's at in life, and talk about what things are going on in the world today. But John, tell them about yourself, what you do, what you're into. Let us know about you, bud.
I am a line operator for a steel mill. That being said, that part's boring. I'm also a dad. I've got 3 kids. All about them, well, my family really, and all my extracurricular activities, ranging from RC cars to any kind of gun you could get your hands on. So, living my Call of Duty games right now.
Yo. No, I hate that. It gets all echoey. That's how the last one was with Trevor. It was all echoey and all that stuff. But yeah, I used to work with John at Precision Strip, and it was I don't even know how to really describe it. It was like a love
Clusterfuck. That's what we're gonna say.
love hate relationship. That's what it was. And now it's just love.
It was always love from the beginning. You were just sensitive. Believe in tough love, okay?
Yeah. He definitely threw the tough love at me. Wasn't used to it, but I'm here now. Now I'm heartless.
No,
just like
not.
him.
No, you're not. And nor am I. It was logically derived, okay? I don't think with my emotion. So that's my biggest issue. I'm not unfiltered for the most part. So my delivery is as bad as it gets when it comes to having a heated discussion with somebody. That somebody being Knard previously.
Yeah.
He used to get sensitive about it, and it's okay. We all have our moments, but I pushed him because I knew he could do better. So not end up like me, slaving away 72 hours a week.
And he's the reason why that thing's paid off.
So,
it was paid off early, so
yeah.
you pushed me for it, bud. Appreciate everything you do for me.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it was a fun time at Precision Strip. Definitely worked my ass off up there. Non-stop, 12, 6, 7 days a week, right?
Always.
Like, oof. Talk about slavery. I felt like a slave back up in there. I ain't gonna lie.
And I was the one holding the whip.
Yeah, he was. We should tell him about that one big incident that we had.
Oh my God.
So what he does now, basically, he was doing on nights. We were both on night shift. And he was a line operator, and I was an inspector, so I look at the coils. How fast were they going? About
1,200 feet a minute.
Yeah. So they were going fast, so I was like a hawk, like watching all that stuff.
Eagle eye.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was, eagle eye. But I had a bad habit of not looking at my notes and asking him, because I was still new in the game, but he's been there for a while, so he knew. And I kind of relied on him.
He wasn't that new, okay? He's trying to make it seem like he was new, but he was just kind of new.
I didn't know fully what I was doing, but I understood it. So, but yeah.
By the time you were done, you did, though.
Yeah. Thanks to him, once again. So the one time he finally got fed up with me asking, he just like, did you read your notes? It still gets to me when I hear, like I can hear you say it in my head.
Did you read your notes?
Yeah, just, ooh. So one time I'm already frustrated. They got all these notes on this one coil. And I asked John, can you help me out and stuff? He's like, did you read your notes? And then what happened after that? I remember you said something.
Okay. So let's clarify this moment, because he's confused. Okay.
It was so long ago.
He was an inspector, quality inspector. So, his job is to make sure that nothing gets out that shouldn't be out. He never read his notes. He never printed maps. He never submitted maps. That being said, about 3 months goes by, about 90-ish, 50,000 pound, 9,000 foot coils get out with no maps, no notes written on them, because somebody's not paying attention. And I had enough of it. So there's one particular night that he's referring to. He goes ahead and he starts putting this coil on hold for things that are on notes. They already knew it was there. So I asked him, why are you putting it on hold? He's like, well, there's this, there's that, the other. And I'm like, did you read your notes? And he said, motherfucker, I know, I didn't. What is it, blah, blah, blah. And he kept on. Anyway, So I'm like, you need to start reading your fucking notes. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. I'm like, it's your job, not my job, your fucking job. And he's like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna punch you. I turn my cheek and I go, I'm right here. Fucking hit me as hard as you can. He turns, he grabs this pole, and he does this, and he stands up, and he looks into the sky. And he's like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! And he's losing his fucking mind, right? But that's not where the shit show ended. You remember the evening on the way home? That was the same day.
That was a snowy night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So there I am during my big old stupid truck, 4-wheel drive, 400 pounds worth of bags in the back. And I'm sliding because it's all black ice. He thinks that I'm being an asshole and driving slow because we take the same route home, right? So the moment he gets to clearing, he goes ahead and he tries to pass me up. And he passes me up. Well, he kind of passes me up. I take off a little bit. And I look in my rearview mirror, you see his headlights flick to the left, flick to the right, and then his whole car goes off the road. So, even though he was pissed at me, I stopped, I called, I said, hey, you okay? And like a grumpy little child, he was, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, you want me to pull back there so you can sit in the truck while we're, my car was running. Okay. There's a state trooper, because there was already another car in the ditch where he was at as well. And I pull up to him, I'm like, hey, that guy back there needs some help. He's like, well, I'll get to him when I'm done with him. I'm like, all right. And then I went home.
I gotta point out, my driving skills during that incident were on point. Thank you, Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. Because as soon as my car went this way, I'm not gonna lie, this hand right here ripped that e-brake and I fucking and it was a semi parked right here, and like his arm's a semi. My car went this way, then slid this way. Literally, my front end went right past his front of his not the pickup, but the semi. Because I pulled that e-brake, I wasn't that good, so I couldn't get out of the ditch. But I mean, I'm proud of the moment.
I still find the moment hilarious. It's just, you had to be there. That's the thing. You had to see the argument, the heat of the nights at work. And then the way that it went down right off the on-ramp.
Yep.
Less than a quarter mile off the on-ramp.
Yep.
And he was stuck.
Yep.
And pissed.
Oh, yeah. Waited a while for a tow truck and charged me out the ass for it and all that stuff. But whatever.
Another day survived.
Yes, another day survived. Another day with this boy over here. Still raising hell, but in a good way.
Some would like to argue that, but you know, you can ask my bosses and stuff. I'm a pain in the ass according to them, but they constantly ask me to fix everybody else's problems. So, you know,
a lot of people it's been a lot of moving around since I left. A lot of people quit. Anybody get fired?
Brandon Tate.
Brandon's the only one that got fired.
You can't get fired from this company.
Yeah, it's really
apply for them. We're the biggest in the Midwest. They need some help in certain spots. In Midwest being continental United States. And they will keep you, train you. There is progression and stuff at other plants and things of that nature. They take care of their people for the most part. That's not something I could deny anyway. That being said, they're still just as much of a pain in the ass as any other company out there. So
yeah, pretty much. It's but basically on this podcast we got basically all blue collar workers here, just chopping it up, letting everybody know how it is being a blue collar worker, middle class life. We want the lavish.
It sucks.
It does.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. It has its moments for sure.
No. See, I got into 150 thinking I was going to make some crazy money and all that stuff, which I do.
Which you will.
But the economy now is just fucking shit, and I feel like I'm still working at McDonald's versus having a good paying job and a good trade.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing though. It depends on the decisions that you made outside of your job. You know, if you work 40 and you know you can rely on those 40, you need to balance yourself. Just like I told you before.
Yeah.
Just like I told you before. Keep it minimal. Do your thing. All the extra is all the extra. You know,
I'm extra, guys. I'm very extra.
Super extra.
I like to live the lavish lifestyle. But I have learned that after being on this planet for 30 years, I've learned that about 6 months ago to cut it back a little bit. was big into shoes, so my shoe collection 3 times. 3 times. Yeah. The first time, I don't even know why I sold it. I just got out of high school. I was like, I'm out of shoes. And then I got back into it when I met my wife. And then we decided to get married so she can be my wife. And then I sold those to pay for the wedding and a down payment on the house. So I was like, all right, I'm done.
That's how many shoes he fucking had. Okay,
Yeah.
keep that down payment for a wedding and a house. Think about that.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I loved it though. I loved it.
It was fantastic.
And then I just recently sold every single one I had left. Even my favorite, all-time favorite shoes. I sold every single one of them because I have a bigger dream. We want to build a house. This house is nice. I love my garage.
Barndominium.
Yes, I think we're going with that. I don't know.
They're dope.
One of my buddies told me that it's hard to. Those things are actually getting harder and harder to build in this area.
Maybe I don't build foundations.
I think it's. I remember him saying it was about the concrete and how you have to lay it out and all that stuff. It was weird, but at the same time, my buddy that's building his house right now, he said, yeah, I didn't do the barn though because of all like having the shop garage connected to the house, and just think about all the gases, oils, and all that stuff connected straight to the garage. And I'm like, damn, he has a good point. So
Yeah.
I kind of leaned away from the barn doors, and she found this amazing floor plan that I fucking love it.
Is it a ranch?
Yeah, ranch with a basement. I'm more excited about the basement because it has 3 rooms in the basement.
Man cave.
Yes, one of them says theater room, and I'm like, yes. The other one says safe/vault. I'm like, fuck yes. And then the other one's like my office where I'll be back into the shoe game, got all my computers, all my phones and stuff set up, and my
Different
sneaker
scenery in
room.
the background.
Yeah.
Be shoes and guns instead of
No, I think I could actually have it downstairs, like where the opening is. That would be actually pretty dope.
that'd be dope.
Yeah, have a pool table, some old arcade games and stuff coming my way. But I did see, I follow the Prince family on YouTube. They're pretty cool. I love them. They're from Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I represent. I keep it true. But no, they just got done building their house, dude, and it's huge. But what sold me on it is their closet.
Jesus fucking Christ. Closet.
First of all, they have a pin code to get into it. It is a 2-level closet. Can you guys hear that in the background? I don't know if they can hear that.
I can't hear. I mean, I can hear them.
Because we're sitting right here.
But
But yeah, dude.
I don't hear it on the feedback though.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. But yeah, their closet is like it's 2 stories, and in the middle they have where they put all their jewelry and stuff, and they got hangers, LED lights. And I saw it and I fell in love and I want it.
Get it.
I need it.
You can get it.
But I had to change the whole floor plan of the house.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the point of building. Building is building what you want.
She wants a ranch. She doesn't want stairs. I'm okay with stairs, but then again, I'm like, what about when Ty and Paula get old? They can't make up stairs.
Right, I mean, that's the thing. It's just that's where Amy's at too, because my bedroom does stairs. It's the only place I have stairs in my house.
Yeah.
Because I have I don't know what you would call it. It's separated from the house upstairs, so it's nice. And like a master suite. That's the only thing upstairs. About 394 square feet of just bedroom and a bathroom. That being said, Amy's kind of like the same thing. Like when I get old, I don't want to be walking upstairs and shit and blah blah. And I'm sitting there like, who gives a fuck? Put the guests up there. That way they have their own bedroom, whatever. We'll just stay down here. That being said, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you're gonna build what you're gonna build, though, just do what you want so you have no regrets. Yes, it may cost money. Yes, it is this. Yes, it is that. Blah blah. It might be a fucking headache. But what house built by your ideology is it?
True.
Like your boy was talking about, like the barn door, it being attached or whatever. Build a barndominium looking house and then have a fucking full out shop next to it that's not attached. You know what I mean?
True.
And just keep like the regular car garage attached to that.
I want to keep.
You know what I mean?
Garage
where you're not gonna work on shit.
Yeah.
Just that's where you're gonna store your shit, your motorcycle, your cars, fucking hot rod.
Oh no, that would be in the shop at all times.
No.
This?
No.
Yeah.
You should be taking naps next to it, okay? Fucking twin turbo E85.
Oh no twins! Don't get it
Twin.
twisted. No, there's no twins. You're thinking about David.
Oh, that is David.
Yeah, that's David. I only have one single, decent
Single.
size.
Single.
Decent.
You got 2 testicles, right?
Yeah.
You need 2 turbos.
Never thought about it like that. I might have to talk to David.
Everything comes in pairs. Mine is a shaft. So.
Nope. I got a 2-piece drive shaft. Yeah.
Got me on the technicality there. Some snazzy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And all the ponies.
How much horsepower is it rated for? How much horsepower is your single turbo gonna get?
I couldn't tell you. I can tell you this much: the drive shaft,
Guesstimate.
the clutch is rated for 1200.
Twin turbo.
David, right now, he is putting 1200. Say 11, maybe 1,000 to the ground. Yeah, I haven't been in his car since he redid everything.
That's ridiculous. The last time I saw it, it couldn't have a hood on it because the turbos are popping up the top.
Yeah,
Or
he
whatever the
rebuilt.
headers.
He rebuilt all that. He did a whole new setup, bigger turbos too. Yeah. But back then, I think he was at.
He's got hot rods. I got a normal bullshit ass truck outside. I mean, it's nice, but that's it. It ain't gonna be like that. My hot rod's gonna be an old school resto mod, and that's it. Once I get
I got a motor for you right there.
That going to 67 fastback.
Yeah, you can put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be
It's,
talking later.
it's either a 305 or a 350 with a power glide. You can have it.
The manual? Can I make
it
a
was
manual?
no. I think no. It's not. It's automatic. It was in a rat rod.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
My old boss, where I work at now, when he got fired, he left 2 motors in the shop, and I'm still waiting to get the okay to get that other motor, because that other motor came out of a all original. I think it was a '67 Camaro or Chevelle, all original and everything.
Is it a 454 or 442?
No, it's that one. I'm pretty sure that was a 350.
350? Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was a 350, and that's a 305. Because everybody else didn't want to take that one, so I was like, screw it.
So I don't know what it is. I want a 62 Ford Falcon 2-door hardtop. Right, a small car, big motor, looks dope.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, idealistically, I build something like an Eleanor, but not an exact replica of it.
Ooh.
You know, I wouldn't mind to have that Cobra motor, the 427 or whatever.
You realize on Texas Speed you can get a Coyote motor for, I think it was like $500, $600. Dude, it's all over TikTok and everything.
Modern day 5.0?
Yes. Dead ass.
Shit.
Exactly.
I'm about to custom build a motorcycle. $500 fucking dollars.
It's insane, dude. The full motor and all that, dude. Like when I saw it, I was like,
Maybe.
So Ford finally got some sense. It's like, these Chevy motors are cheap to build and making crazy power.
I mean, it depends, you know, which route you're going to take, dude. Like what you're doing with this thing, with the E85 swap, the turbo, the blah, blah, you're going to want an LS all day. And I'm not a fan of Chevy by any fucking means. But,
It's true.
you know, the old saying is, how do you make a Ford fast? Put a Chevy motor in it.
Yep.
So, and that typically applies to, you know, older cars. Modern day cars, pick your fucking favorite.
Yeah,
Each one can get stupid. Each one can get stupid
Yeah,
power.
they can get
though.
stupid power, but at the same time, like it's not as easy for something like in a 2005. Well, let's say 2013 and down to build, because
Well, that's where LS is king.
all these newer
Absolutely.
cars have all this computer shit in it, and then you got to worry about doing all that and just like
Yeah, but I mean,
it's
in the other aspect, for a normal person like myself,
Yeah.
okay, say I go buy a 5.0 Mustang, right? I put a Borla exhaust on it because I like the way it sounds, specifically with high flow
stupid
cats,
sauce.
right? And I just put a little bit of an intake, whether it just be a basic ass can and cold air or just a little bit, you know, port and polished intake
Yeah.
on it, right? All you gotta do is tune the ECM at that point. If you have the knowledge to do yourself, most of us don't. But you know, talk to somebody you can, dyno shop, whatever, and you can get a decent, not crazy by any means, but you get a decent amount of power out of that stock ass motor, you know. And that would, for me, that would be enough because I'm not, you know, I don't plan on hitting drag strips. I don't plan on trying to dominate everybody I come across. You know, it's just, now if I was gonna go that route, I'd probably chop up like a fucking, I don't know, so like an 80 Corvette, put a 572 big block with a massive blower on it, just for looks, you know, squeezing a giant motor into a tiny car. And then, yeah, they get good power, and even out of the crate, 750 stock.
You're on some Hot Wheels shit.
I'm on some Hot Wheels shit. I want like big wheels in the back, tiny wheels in the front. There's some stupid shit that you're just not going to see again, you know? And but reality, I mean, like a modern day Mustang, a modern day Camaro, Challenger RT. It ain't even got to be a Hellcat. That's enough for me, you know? Like, I'm good with that. And, you know, like, especially the Challenger, for me, my opinion anyway, I guess, it kept its look that they were going for so long. You know, they wanted to basically replicate their old car.
I feel like they got better in 2018. Like, when they brought it back, I was like, it's all right. But then once they actually started changing, like, the front end of it a little bit, like, it's small little details of it.
Yeah, like the headlights,
stuff like that. Like, yeah, it just, you put a wide body on that.
Oh, dude, they're so pretty. Goddamn, so pretty.
I love a wide body.
That being said, though, like, if you look at the old school body line, just the line, that goes from ass end to front end. So they kept that same line the whole entire time. Now, if you look at a Mustang, it keeps looking more and more like a seashell. Okay. It does.
God, it does.
It looks like a fucking oyster. Yeah. It's a badass fucking oyster, but it looks like an oyster, okay?
Damn, I didn't even think about it like that.
When you look at like an old 70s Challenger, or Charger. It was originally 2-door. It was never fucking intended for 4 fucking doors, okay? This is bullshit.
But I mean, give it to them. They're still decent.
Yeah, I mean, they still get good power, and I know that they were going with to be appealing because now you can put your family in a hot rod.
Exactly.
Okay. That being said, like, I'm a fan of old school shit. So if you're gonna, like, in 2005 when they re-released the Mustang in the body shape that was supposed to replicate an old 60s Mustang, it kind of had the same silhouette. Yeah. The Challenger has the same silhouette of its old, its old predecessor. The Camaros, they kind of were neither here nor there. They always evolved, just like Corvettes. They've always evolved. Yeah. And they're still made. But like Nemo to Camaro, they still went back to that a little bit more boxy look, like back in the 69, 70 era. Yeah. Stuff like that. They kept it for a while. Yeah. Where Mustang just, now all I see is a fucking Stingray going, like an actual Stingray, not Corvette Stingray. An actual Stingray going down the road. And it looks good. I like the way they look. It's just, not true to its re-release. And I don't think the Mustang was supposed to be anymore anyway, past like the 05, 09 or whatever it is body. Yeah. So, whatever. But now, if I'm going to get a hot rod, I'm just going to rest about something. I want something that looks like bone-ass grandpa stock. And then you hit the cutout switch, and then you can hear that it ain't fucking bone-ass grandpa stock. Like, that's what I'm after. And it doesn't have to be turbo. It doesn't have to be 1,000 horse. Just fast enough, nice enough, sound good. And that's what I want to go for. Like some sleeper shit. You know what I mean? That's like, those are always my favorites, some sleeper shit.
That's what I want to do to my truck. I got beat by an 05 5.3. My truck topped out at 98 because of the governor. And I completely forgot about it. So I'm sitting there like, what the hell is going on?
Your shit is, 4 or 6 inches taller than stock. Got the big ball.
Well, he was lifted too a little bit.
Yeah, but still.
Hey, she can shit and get.
Listen.
6'2", what the hell you gonna do?
Not leak oil.
Mine does not leak oil.
Not yet. Not yet, motherfucker.
No, but I got plans for it. I already got the okay from the boss. She said, yeah, you shouldn't have lost.
The boss's wife.
Yeah.
We all have bosses.
I get a little carried away with projects. Hence why this is not done, because I started doing the bike and then started doing the backyard. But I got plans. I'm going to wait another year before I touch the truck. It's going to have a cam. lifters and springs, do all that. Just gonna have a big old supercharger. And now since you said you want to flip a switch, I'm gonna put cutouts on it so it can sound normal when I'm just driving. But then someone wants to be like, "Oh, you ain't got shit but a pickup truck," and I'm just gonna be like, bloop, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, and that's the thing. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't need anything crazy. And realistically, if I were to get into a modern day 5.0, I would literally be the meme. Because I'm going to lose the ass, I'm going to smack a pole or a tree, or run into a crowd of random people that are watching me drive like a fucking idiot. Because instead of getting the fuck out of the way, you guys are there with your phones, like, oh, look at this motherfucker. And then, whatever. Luckily, I'm insured. Let's put it that way. But
the license plate on the truck's going to be "Sell it."
Sell it,
yeah.
Absolutely. Get rid of it now before it becomes a problem. And that's the next one that's going to be back here for fucking 4 years.
Oh, calm down. Hold on. Let me touch on this because everybody gives me shit about this. This thing, we started
Not me.
this-
I just made sure it was paid off, okay?
Yeah, he helped me with that, and that progressed the build a little bit. Actually, when I paid it off, David came to pick it up a week later.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I haven't touched this because it's sentimental to me. I haven't driven. Last time I drove it,
It is pretty dumb.
yeah, last time I drove it was with my grandma, and unfortunately she passed away. So I'm not gonna lie, I've been scared shitless to finish it and start it because like it just brings back too many good memories. But at the same time, I know she wouldn't want this thing sitting in here just collecting dust. So
No, Grandma used to want to get it. Okay?
no, she did. She was a big GM person.
Yes.
I remember when I first got the car, she was like, "Oh, let's go for a ride." She came up from Virginia. She was like, "All right, I'm riding with you." I'm like, "You don't want to ride with them?" She's like, "No, let's go. I want to get in this thing." She said, "Get on it." I was like, "All right." She's like, "Oh my God, that's fucking amazing."
Yeah.
She doesn't cuss either. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, that was added by him. Granny never cussed.
No,
Sweet.
no, she doesn't. Unless you really made her mad, but she's a good Christian woman.
I know. I know.
But yeah, that's why it's going to be a rough day when I start that thing. I hope you're here for it too.
I better fucking be here for it.
We're almost done. We just got the fuel lines. We have to, but I'll have to get the fittings and everything, and then that's it. And it's ready to go. We just got to get some piping painted and tune. That's it.
It's came a long way since the last time.
Yeah.
I didn't even have the over on it.
Motor trans and all that shit's in there now, bud.
Ooh, shit.
Did you see I should show you the
No,
shift
I haven't
mount, the
seen it.
e-brake. My new $750 steering wheel will be here next week.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You will understand
I'm sure I will.
when you see it. It's worth it. And I got it on sale. It's usually like $900. I saw it on sale.
You sound like me with my guns.
Like I'm not passing up this deal.
It was on clearance for $400 off. I had to get it.
So John wanted to bring his guns today, and I'm like,
I should have.
I'm not sure how that's going to work with on podcasts and stuff. I don't know how.
It was just for us to fuck around, not for the podcast.
Oh, damn! You could have said that, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, bring that shit."
We went to the farm field in the back, started shooting at the trees. Goddammit.
True.
Yeah.
We don't do that. He's talking about a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Just happens to be in real life.
Yeah.
Your boy got a Vector finally.
So man, trying to think what else I want to ask you there because it's like so many things are going through my head. We did good talking about the car shit, getting into all that. Actually, what is your opinion on men's mental health? I knew this is going to be a good one. I had to ask you this.
Okay. To touch that subject, we're going to have to cross the board of a lot of other random shit that's inputted. Okay. Modern day, old school, like what
Modern day today.
Modern day today, what is my opinion on men's mental health?
Like, do you think they're over exaggerating, or like, do you actually feel like it's a true thing that men are overlooked and don't really get appreciated like they should?
I think that there's too many things at play in order to kind of fixate on the one thing. That being said, if we're going to keep this basic anyway, I do agree with the fact that you look at everything. You look at everything as a whole. Okay, I'm a dad. I have 3 kids. I work 72 hours a week. I want to raise my kid. I don't want my kid being raised by his teacher, although that in school it is what it is. He has to be educated enough, and I try to give him what school doesn't. I try to teach him the things that I know that I had to figure out ahead of time versus just, do this, do that, sit still, because that's not realistic. I may use math on a daily basis due to my job, but if it wasn't for that, I would not use math minus to count the money in my pocket. Like, you know what I mean? History plays no part in my job today. George Washington ain't fucking walking through the building, okay? Yeah. But mental health is fucked. I would say that it's fucked. Because we live in a society that has just as high, if not its highest demand of men and women too. I'm not saying women are completely excluded from this. But, I work with nothing but dudes. There's one lady in the office.
Pam?
Pam got fired. She was crazy. They let her go a minute ago. It's been a while.
Really?
Yeah. But Tiffany. So
Tiffany.
Without Tiffany, we couldn't do what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. She is the head of that office as far as for when it comes to dealing with all our customers and how we represent ourselves via email and incoming and outgoing product. Okay. She knows every little detail of every little thing that comes in and out of that shit. And she teaches everybody else that goes into the office, those positions. Not management, not assistant management, but the managers and assistant managers or whatever, production supervisors, couldn't do it without her. So she's one of the middlemen for us. So, but that's the only woman in the building, okay? Most women are not gonna work 12 hours outside of the house. Now they do work in the house, they do have their jobs outside of the house. I'm not saying that by any means, but the demands are usually more physically demanded of men outside of the house, okay? Then we come home and I don't have this issue. My wife's pretty fucking awesome. But I know where men are ignored, not given a fuck about, like they try to find things to fill their void, whether it be filling their time with things that aren't family oriented and or extracurricular activities that aren't oriented, downing bottles, doing drugs, or inevitably they become so unhappy that they decide to go, find somebody else that makes them happy temporarily. Personally, for me, I think that men are ignored. Not all the time,
yeah,
but a vast majority of the time. I think that when they try to explain themselves, like me, I'm rough around the edges. I'm not a good person of conversational delivery. Okay, like I would tell you bluntly, this is this is that, so fucking be it, because those are the facts for me. I'm not emotionally involved in something that doesn't logically make sense or add up. So
let me cut you for 1 second.
Go ahead.
That made me think. That has rubbed off on me a little bit.
Right.
I'm so serious. Like I'm so cold-hearted and blunt to certain situations to where it's just like, why are you complaining? You know what you need to do. Get it done and stop bitching about it.
Right.
Like
right.
Oh,
but that being said, that's our work lives. And some of that does not disconnect at home for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? We know, a normal, hardworking man that is trying for their household, not just themselves, for their household and themselves, understands that the duties of house are just as important and just as monotonous and sometimes just as laborious as the duties outside of the house. So basically, if you're not fucking rich, you're gonna work for somebody else to get your fucking money. Okay. So when they say, hey, we need you for another 12 hours, in the back of a man's mind, it's fuck, I want to take my kid to the park and out to eat. I haven't seen him all week. but this will make my following week easier or my following month easier, whatever the case may be.
That extra little bit.
Yeah, that extra bit. So where you can make something a little bit more extra special. Yes, you have to wait a little bit for it, but whatever the case may be, no specific detail to it. And that's where I find myself. Not that my wife doesn't understand; she fully gets it. My wife works as well. But that being said, me and my wife have a relationship that I can't honestly say that aside from like you and Ari, because I know you guys converse in ideology or get your ideology together and blah blah, and what your steps of what you're going to tackle next.
Yeah.
Me and Amy have the same thing going on, but I know multiple men that don't. Like they'll say, "Hey, I'm going to do this, that, the other," because it makes logical sense to tackle in that way the projects or the things that need to be done. And the significant other completely dismisses it because in that moment that they're having this conversation, it's usually one's emotionally involved the "what about me" aspect of it versus what about the whole. It's it in its totality. So
I want to add to that.
Good.
Because I can't stand I'm not going to say any names because I don't want people to get offended and stuff.
Fuck them.
There are some people that I've come across in my life that are in relationships and they can't go out. Like, say I hit them up or I haven't seen them in a while. And like, hey, you want to go out for a beer? Let's go out to eat and do this, do that. And they're like, they're sniffing out straight up like, oh no, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, you got to give your man some time to go out and actually just have some fun. Especially if he's been nonstop working and coming home, taking care of the kids and doing stuff around the house. Like, you got to give that man some time of fucking man time. Because I feel like if he doesn't get that, then he's just going to end up doing stupid shit. And then you're not going to like it. And it's going to end up an argument, divorce, and just heartbreak.
I mean, to add to that little portion of it, I am a massive believer in the fact that before anything's actually official, you need to get the shit and get out your system. Because how the fuck are you supposed to tackle this ugly ass world? Everybody knows it's fucked up. With somebody by your side, not necessarily to complete you, but to compliment you the best that they can, and vice versa, you for them as well. If in the back of your mind you're worried about this shit, that shit, this motherfucker's opinion, this bitch down the road. So you gotta get that out your way. Secondly, I am a firm believer that you need time with your family, your significant other, together and individually, as well as you need your own time as well. Like, you know me, I go fishing and shit and I do all this dumb shit. And that's where I find my time to center myself. Okay, my life outside of my house is very monotonous. It's the same shit, day in, day out, blah, blah. I know what to expect, when to expect, and how to expect what's about to happen daily. The only one that keeps it interesting really is Junior. You know,
he's a riot.
He's wild, as he should be. He's a little boy, so he should be wild. That being said, sometimes I want to smack the shit out of the ass, and
that's my little homie, I swear.
You know, and that's where our tools come into play. It literally boils down to: are we doing enough? Are we doing it right? And that goes for everything and everyone that we personally hold dear and close to ourselves. A lot of people seem to not understand that, and they kind of dismiss it as you're being an asshole. Like me. How many people tell me I'm an asshole on a daily basis? Fucking everybody besides my wife. Okay?
Shit, Eric calls me an asshole.
Right. And it's not necessarily that I'm doing it just to be an asshole, but you can't look me in the fucking face and then tell me I didn't tell you already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that we've all become too used to sugarcoating, too used to being a keyboard warrior on the internet, and in a general aspect of being soft because we're stuck trying to appease. Now, that's without going into the astronomical amount of other bullshit in this world in our lives, okay? Because it'll just keep branching, and a rabbit hole is virtually fucking endless. But we are ignored, and to a certain extent. And we do have our issues that we need to deal with together as well as individually. And I don't think that a lot of our needs are met because we are all force-fed that this is what man's supposed to do, this is what women's supposed to do, and now every one of these genres of whatever the fuck we got going on now, modern day, need to be appeased and thought of and handled in a delicate fashion. So,
We'll see. With that being said, I look, dude, that was a good, in-depth description of how you think about it, all of it. With me, I feel like there's still a lot of people out there, like they still have decent lives at home and everything, but they're still fighting that mental person in their head. And I go through that shit on a daily, but I somehow cope through it.
Real quick.
What?
Let me ask you a question with you go through it daily, okay? Was it less or more after you had the baby?
That's hard. Honestly, that's I say it's less.
Less.
It definitely, I say less. Yes, it's definitely less when it's less, but when I'm by myself, like say I'm at work and I'm in my shipping loader,
Yeah.
and it's just me in there and that, or if I'm down, better description, I'm in a pit. There's no radio talk or anything. I'm just loading trucks and going back and forth, listening to music, and then it's like there's that one like sound or song or a word or phrase that like tweaks it, and it triggers, and that's when you just like you get into the sunken place.
Yeah.
And that's where sometimes I'm at, but I get through it. Sometimes I let it out. I change it to a certain song that he listens to calm me down or something. But every morning when I go into work, I get there about 30, 45 minutes early, and I sit in my car and I go through TikTok. Yeah, it's stupid, but there is some inspirational shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it like, I wish I could play some of it. I really do. What's that one?
Everything you think comes into existence. So only think things.
No.
A real man gonna understand whatever will come your way, God will come your way. Let's see if you have the day before I do this to you. Literally. So if you can't handle this, are you gonna get swallowed for the rest of your life, you heard me? A real man gonna understand whatever will come your way, God may come your way. Let's see if you have the day before I do this to you. Literally. So if you can't handle this, are you gonna get swallowed for the rest of your life, you heard me? A real man.
Yeah, and the one of the big things that I like to keep playing in my head is God puts his toughest soldiers through the worst shit.
Oh, now you're talking some other shit now.
I mean, like, the reason why that one plays in my head so much is because, like, in my eyes, like, I've been through some shit. Like, from my parents getting divorced, and then I collected myself back when we moved to Lafayette with my cousin, and I got real close to the family out there and everything. And then it went downhill straight to shit, ready to fucking, I'm just over it. When we moved back here, when mom got remarried to some dick. Fuck you, by the way. And,
Ditto.
Then from there, like it was, my whole high school career was shit. And finally graduated. Literally a week later, got kicked out the house for no fucking reason. Moved in with my buddy Zach. He was on the second podcast. And then his mom took me in and all that stuff. Stayed there for a little bit. She said, all right, you either go to school or you get a job. I'm like, all right, I'll go to school. I got accepted to this Mopar school. And I thought to myself, like,
No car, no car.
I don't want to be working on cars the rest of my life. So I was like, fuck this. I don't want to do this.
I'll tinker all day.
But at the same time, I was working, but I spent all my money on the Camaro that I had doing to it, because I wrecked it and I was trying to fix it, got to repaint it and all that stuff. And then I finally just said, nah, fuck it. And then I moved in with Trevor, took off from there, and then I met Ari, let me go back. Moved in with Trevor, stayed with him for about 6 months, something like that. His mom passed, and then I stayed a little bit longer because, like, the dude was still young, man. Having to lose his mom after 3 to 4 years earlier, he lost his brother in the military. So I stayed with him, and I got real close to Trevor and everything. Got real close to his family and all that. And then I met Ari, moved in with her aunt, her boyfriend, and we moved to 2 houses. Then I got a good paying job. I was at that job. And then that's when I met Joel from bikes and all that stuff. And that's when he told me about you. And I moved into that house. I didn't go in full detail of the rough nitty gritty shit, but I was in my head a lot, contemplated on suicide a few times. my wife's uncle actually stopped me one time from actually doing it at a party. I got stupid fucking drunk and I had this big ass hunting knife in my Jeep, and I tried to like just end it. And he straight up like grabbed, like he had me in a bear hold, and he actually was surprised, like I was really trying to fucking do it. He was like, dude, like chill the fuck out. He was holding me. He was like, holy fuck, dude, you're fucking strong as shit. Like I was over it, like, yeah. And it's not as bad as then, but it's still like in the back of my head, like it's gotten a little bit better, but it definitely succeeded like the charts when I lost my grandma.
Yeah.
When I was still living in that house, I think you moved out by then. But I got that news at work that she had passed, and
I
then
remember.
I stayed at work because I knew if I went home, oh, that would have been, whew, I would have drank myself to death probably. But even following that, when COVID, like I went to a funeral, did all that, and dealt with it. But in the back of my mind, that shit still hurts me to this day. I still there are times where I'm just sitting in my car, my truck, or my loader at work or some shit, and I'm just listening to music, and it just hits me like, damn. Because I used to call her on the daily, every day before work, after work, and talk to her. She gave me, like, I needed her advice through so many things, and to see where I'm at now, I know she'd be fucking proud as hell. And to have my baby girl look identical to her, it's like, it's just a lot of stuff that I fight on the daily, and I feel like a lot of people don't see, not just men, but just anybody. Like they say they're fine, they're good, put a smile on their face and everything, but there's still that little bit that's deep down that's like, I'm about to fucking lose it.
Yeah. That I can agree with. I mean, that part I can agree with. Yeah. It's just there's certain triggers that we all have. Everybody has a trigger of some sort, whether it be a song, a smell, a place, a time, whatever the case may be. We all do, and we all struggle and shit. But for me, it was when we had Junior. I'm cocky and I'm confident and whatever. Okay, especially if I know what the fuck it is that I'm talking about. The one thing I've never known what I'm talking about, however, is how to raise kids. Every kid is a new challenge. Okay, blessing nonetheless, but a challenge. My daughter's my oldest two are 17. They're in their teenager, I want to be with my friends, and on my phone phase. Yeah. So they don't really need that much attention. They only need attention when they come out to get attention. Okay. Where my youngest is always in a state of constant needing some form of entertainment. Yeah. Okay. And I understand this. And he's little, so mom and dad should be a part of it. Excuse me. So for me, I work too damn much. Hours wise, I'm not home enough. So I have to make up for that when I get home. Or at least I feel as if I do. And even though in reality, they couldn't give a shit less about how much money you spend or what you buy or whatever the hell. Yeah, do they want little knickknacks and toys or whatever the case may be here and there? Yeah, absolutely they do. But making it easier for them is not helping them. Okay, it really isn't. Because like my daughter knows how to change a tire. She started driving, got her own car, whatever. I helped her buy it, but she met me halfway. That was my demand. Good grades and halfway. And if you show 2 G's, you'll have 4. You show 4, you'll have 8. It's that simple. As long as you put your work into it. I'm not just gonna fucking hand it to you. Where a lot of people just fucking hand it to you. Yeah. Okay. What do you do by handing somebody something?
You're showing them that. I don't know how to really describe it. You're just making it easy for them.
Right, and that's part of the aspect of what modern day society has become. Yeah. Okay, and like you asked the question about men's mental health, right? If you want to go into any part of detail, like I said, let's keep it minimal because this could be a subject for hours on end. Okay? And not that this is the case for everybody, so don't get it twisted. But for the most part, you talk to a female about what the fuck they want, and you talk to a male about what the fuck they want, and the male makes their demands or their ideal scenario. most of it has nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Most of it. Some of it, yes, but it's for themselves. Okay? And there's a video that I saw, and I can't remember who's the one that put it out, but it made sense. And what I mean by it makes sense is that when a man starts making money, good money, decent money, better money, whatever the case may be, I'm not talking no fucking 120K a year, not that that's impossible, blah, blah, blah. We're not going into that. But just making good enough money to support a family, that's the first thing he thinks of. I can take care of my wife. I can take care of my kids. I can take care of house. You know, an actual man doesn't give a fuck about how much money you make. I don't care how much my wife makes. That's just on top. That's bonus. That's extra. That makes everything else a tad easier. Okay? But when it comes to my realistic expectations, I have no demands of my wife. And my wife doesn't really demand anything of me. We've naturally fell into place as far as for who does what, when, or why, without even having an explanation of it. But if you go talk to random people on the street about what their ideal is, it's they want 6 figures plus, you know, and we're not talking 100K, you're talking 200K, some ridiculous shit for a normal blue collar person anyway. Not that it's impossible, but you know, you're gonna work a lot at that point, or you're gonna have a higher end position, and it's achievable, absolutely. But I'm only talking from my level of the world here, so it's just like for somebody that doesn't know you to expect you to automatically make 6 figures, okay, and they literally put it out there that they ain't gonna do shit. Like, what kind of realistic expectation is that?
Yeah.
Like my daughter being 17, she literally sat there and explained to me her ideal scenario. Her ideal scenario is the man's gonna cook, clean, work, pay all the bills, do the grocery shopping, laundry, whatever the fuck else, while her ass sits on the couch. And I mean that fucking literally.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious.
See, that's...
And I told her, I looked at her, and I fucking laughed in her face, okay?
And you have every right to.
Right. And I looked at her, I'm like, Nana, I'm like, you have a Bugatti mentality with a fucking Chevy income, okay?
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
I'm talking fucking like, what the hell's their tiny Chevy Spark income, okay? Like, she can't even buy a Chevy Spark, but somehow this motherfucker's gonna pay everything? Are you fucking out your mind? First off, modern day dudes don't even want to take care of themselves.
Yeah, very true.
Especially the younger they get.
Yeah.
Okay? They're stuck in their fucking feelings because that's what they were shown to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
They
need safe places. You don't gotta be scared. You gotta. So, being in the dad game a little bit more, a little longer than you, quite a bit longer. I'm an old motherfucker, as good as I look. It's more or less like you have to educate her to know who and what, and confidently what she is, who she is, what she wants.
I'm not
so on and so
scared for
forth
her.
to that.
Right.
Okay. And when to know to cut the shit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. To cut the shit. Whether it be family, friends, significant other, there has to be a level to it that it has to fucking stop, in my opinion, anyway. And the reason why is because you got motherfuckers that pretend they're your friend and they take full advantage of you.
Oh yeah.
Right. And all these little dudes, all these random ass little dudes, they want one thing literally. Well, 2 things: to get high and to fuck. Okay. And I'm trying to educate my daughter on this, like, worry about you, achieve what you want first, and then look for somebody that compliments you the best. Not, I need to dive into this shit. Why isn't he paying attention to me? He's talking to 5 fucking dudes, but I'm still trying to, or 5 chicks, but I'm still trying to holler at him. Like, what the fuck kind of stupid shit are you on?
See, now, with that being said, that just tweaked a memory. Not a memory, but something I remember watching. A man will take a broke woman, regardless if you work at McDonald's or whatever, regardless.
Right.
But a woman won't take a man that's sitting at McDonald's or working a minimum job. They have to have, like, so. This is
and the thing is, here goes the other thing, okay? Your reality, whatever reality you decide and choose to live in, all of it's your fucking choice.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not in competition. Like, does Kennard have fucking great shit, fancy shit, nice ass shit? Yes, he's building a fucking hot rod. Don't let him shake his fucking head now.
No.
He has a beautiful house, beautiful
Yeah.
kid, beautiful wife, and beautiful shit going on in his life. Does he have to work his ass off for it? Fucking absolutely. Right? And
I
that's
hate
his but that's his thing.
Yeah.
That's where he wants to be. That's the goals that he's going to achieve. That's the things that he set forth for himself. I know motherfuckers that make $40K a year, which ain't shit in reality, and they're happy as fuck.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I'm happy.
Right,
I'm happy.
but that's my point,
Yeah.
okay? Where they have this fucking expectation, like the 6-figure thing. Let's just keep it at 6-figure, basic 100K
Yeah.
a year figure, right? You can buy a bunch of shit. You can live a super lavish lifestyle. You can do all types of shit, especially
gotta
if you're
be
by your
smart about
fucking
it, though.
self.
Yeah, be smart.
But
about
you
it.
plan for everything, okay? Especially with everything being as expensive as it is lately.
Yep.
Okay. Now, you get these motherfuckers that don't want to do shit. What are you gonna do then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fucking sit there. They're gonna take you seen the car market. You pay attention to it because you look at random stuff.
Yeah.
You ever notice how many fucking Hellcats are on the market now?
Oh yeah, people are not buying them anymore.
Right. Everybody got to a lease, figured out they can't finance the fucking thing. The interest rates are too fucking high for them to continue to keep the car, let alone the maintenance factor on said
Oh, yeah.
vehicle, because it's always more expensive the fancier or more horsepower the car gets. Okay.
We even still with you being able to do it yourself, they're spending the extra money to
Right.
get it done.
All the part even if you're doing your own brakes, the rotor's $175 to start for some bullshit ones, where the good ones fucking $300 a piece. You know, versus like the ones on my truck, they're $60, $65. Who gives a fuck? It's a truck. But point being, you got all this shit going on. You got all this. I mean, and it's legit bullshit. You got all this shit being fed to you, where you need to be, how you need to be, who needs to be, whatever the fuck. You're paying attention to too much bullshit that's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you fucking happy is whatever makes you happy. If you want to have a nice little car, Honda Civic, let's just say, or even an Accord or whatever fucking basic ass normal car, right? And a normal fucking house and nothing crazy. You can still take your vacays and do your thing as you want to. Like I said, I'm not in competition with anybody. You, Joey, Louie, I want you guys all the way to fuck up here.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
That's just,
Okay.
that's the way I think.
And for me, it's like I'm here. You know, I'm doing my fucking thing. My family's good. My kids are good. My wife is good. My house is good. You know, and I'm not struggling by any fucking means. So to me, that's an achievement within itself. Now, can I fuck it all up? Absolutely. Can I take out a loan on some stupid ass car that I can't fucking afford, or buy a bigger house and try to pay for that? Yes. Yes, I can. Am I going to? Absolutely the fuck not. And it's not because I don't want bigger or nicer shit, or it's not anything specific. It's just these are the progressive steps that I'm taking.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to knock out. I want to do my next thing absolutely, positively, no debts whatsoever, no loans, no credit, no nothing out, nothing expelled that's extra. And you can do that at 45 grand. You could do that at 90 grand. You could do it at 150 grand. It just depends on where you're at. Normally, the more money people make, the more fucking shit they acquire, the more bills they have to pay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the constant state of which we find ourselves in now. You know, if everybody were to stop just buying a bunch of useless, random, stupid shit to try to appease the next group of people that don't even fucking matter, we'd be able to just live our own little self-happy lives. But a lot of people don't.
Boom, I got it.
You got it hooked up.
I got it hooked up right. Let me turn that down though.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's two that, there's one that I was just scrolling because I save a lot of stuff on TikTok that I want to bring up on the podcast. And I actually need to start just downloading it and labeling each one in my photos and all that stuff. But this one, I remember it because it's most recent. It's lighting it up. If it was just audio, they'd be like, oh shit, they getting baked as hell.
We're in Indiana. It's not legal.
Yeah.
And I get hair tested for work.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio just legalized it.
Yeah. Everybody around us.
Yep.
They will get high as a kite.
Actually,
But
I want
I
to touch on
can't.
that. Don't want to touch on that just a little bit. It pisses me off. It pissed like you have no idea. I'm a good worker. I get my shit done. I don't come to work drunk. I don't come to work high or anything. But when I'm having a 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday, and I want to go to fucking Michigan or Chicago and just go have some fun, and it's legal, and I come back to work, oh fuck, I fucked up a window. Oh, you gotta go for a drug test. This bullshit because I smoked over the weekend. I ain't high right now, motherfucker, but you're still gonna fire me because I have it in my system.
Yep.
We are surrounded by states where it's legal. That I can understand, or because it's not federally legal, but still, when I heard it about being legal in Ohio, employers and renters and all that shit, like not renters, but landlords and all that. They said that was one of the key points. Landlords and employers can still like say no to it.
Yeah.
But see, my question is, what happens when it goes federal?
So laws are federally, state, and locally divided. Like just like
But federal's the big one though.
Yeah, federal's the big one, but the thing is I mean, put it this way, okay? I get the point of you might want to enjoy your weekend, so it shouldn't be a fucking issue. Okay, I get that completely. I don't do anything. I barely fucking drink, so.
I'm a degenerate.
No, he's not. I like it too much, so I have to control myself. Point being is that if they were to legalize it across the board where nobody had an opinion about it, okay, what's to stop the one asshole from showing up to work high?
They need to get a system down how they test for being drunk.
I get that they have instant tests and stuff already in those states, but my point being is what's like you're in a heavy machinery field. Somebody's high, loses track of what they're doing, and runs somebody over, drops something, tips over the whole machine. You know, that's where
I fully understand that.
That's where that comes into play. Like for me, like where I'm at, okay. We got dumbasses, okay? I've gotten rid of for calling them fucking dumbasses to their face.
Pussyfoots.
And it's not pussyfoots. This machine rolls. Let's keep it basic. It rolls and it cuts metal. Why the fuck are you gonna put your hand in it?
Sure.
Okay. This motherfucker shows up higher than a kite, puts his hand there. Whoa! I didn't know it was gonna take my fucking fingers off. Higher than a kite, tripping about it, right? They might, you know, but that's the thing. Some people, not all, make dumbass decisions.
I understand that.
Now, add some kind of influence to that dumbass thought process.
I get that. I get it. They need to come up with a system just like they do for alcohol. But at the same time, we are surrounded by states where it's legal. Let me go have fun on my weekend. Like, why does it? I'm not on the clock. Let me go hit this one time, have a good Saturday night. I'm sober the rest of the fucking week, nothing, I haven't done anything else. But if it comes back with just a little bit in my piss, it's like you're done. But I have been told, because recently I have had some fun, and I got drug tested, and I was worried about it. But at the same time, they told me, like, you're fine, but just don't do it again. They actually do test the potency of your piss, like see if it is still like fully in your system.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good move on all the employers' part.
I mean, it would be a great move, but it's just, you know, it takes one person to fuck it all up.
Oh yeah.
Like think about your safety updates. Okay.
Sure.
Probably more or less more prevalent in my field than yours. We got people hitting the wrong button. Like, I don't know if you remember, we have a button that dismisses what's called our smart line system. And basically what it does is it has a bunch of sensors that tell you you're good to go. Okay, we have people disabling it, running things in an aspect that they shouldn't, whether it be the wrong mandrel type or the wrong weight or the wrong whatever specific detail I had on that order. And now they disabled it company-wide. So, as much fun as you can have, it takes one retard to fuck it up for the rest of us. Not actual mentally retarded, but just like one dumbass person to fuck up everything that we got going on that is good. It would be fantastic to enjoy your weekend in that aspect. I was a lot calmer person back in the day, believe it or not.
I mean, it calms down my anxiety like a motherfucker.
And I was a lot nicer, you know, but that being said, if I'm put out in a field with a group of dudes that have accessibility to it, unless I'm in control of the situation, like I've told you multiple times before, unless I'm actually in control all out of said situation, I don't trust said situation, because you never know what the next person's going to do.
True.
And
There's a good high and a bad high.
right. And if they trip or they forget or they fucking just make the wrong move for that point, like it can literally ruin not only their day, I'm sure, but it can ruin a lot of motherfuckers' days. So, you know, it'll happen when it happens, though, I guess. Because it's inevitably going to happen.
Yeah.
There's so much tax money to be made off that shit.
Exactly. And
It's
the other,
fucking ridiculous.
the other thing that's stupid about living in Northwest Indiana is fucking
Winter.
emissions.
Winter.
Yeah, I can deal with the winter if they can get rid of fucking emissions, because we are literally there's only like 2 counties left
2 counties.
that still do emissions.
Yeah.
It's stupid as hell. Dumb.
It is.
Dumb.
It is.
But let me get back to the 2 videos I want to play for you there, buddy. There's 2. This one is, I can see the words right now before I click on it. Dark side of going out. Going out is like burned happiness for tomorrow. What is your opinion? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it makes logical sense. It takes the edge off. It breaks the monotony of your day.
Yes.
Right.
Let me finish playing the rest of it, because it's insane. That shit hit. When I heard that, I'm like, fuck. Because me personally, I like to say I'm not an alcoholic, but
You're not. I've seen
but
alcoholics. You're not
there
a
are different
fucking
levels.
alcoholic.
There are different levels of being an alcoholic, though. Like I can control mine, but if I have a moment to where it's like, okay, I ain't gotta do this. I don't have to take care of the baby. I don't have to do this. I'm out in the garage drinking. I'm out here drinking.
May I
Just
ask
like
you,
it's like
can
it just,
you function without having a beer in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not a fucking alcoholic.
Let's see. Like,
Okay.
what was the last?
I have an uncle.
I know you told me this.
I have an uncle, and he would literally smash a 30-pack of canned beer. I can't remember the beer, and a half handle of Crown Royal every day before work.
See, I
Mind
wouldn't
you,
do
he
that.
worked 16 hours to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, my whole entire childhood. And then while he was at work, he would have his 6-pack doing his job at his side. When he would go on lunch, they would play cards and drink more. He could not function without being drunk.
That's like my dad. He can't really function without being high.
Right, and that's the thing. That's when you know you're in. Well, luckily enough for him, he was a functioning alcoholic. There's only 2 levels. It's functioning and non-functioning.
I'm the non-functioning part.
You can either get drunk as fuck and be able to live your day, but you're making yourself numb the whole time, and that's why you can handle your day. Or you literally, shit goes to pot all day, every day. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing.
And that,
Lose your job, lose your women, lose your kids, lose your this,
Yeah,
and that's all their life. It's just like a really bad drug addict. Same thing.
Yeah.
There's people that I know that fucking do coke on a daily, and they function. And there's people that do coke that's the only thing they want to do. I don't even know how they have money for the fucking drugs to begin with, because that's all they do. That's just
expensive.
I wouldn't know.
It's expensive. Don't ask how I know, but I know. It's
How do you know?
expensive. It's
But-
expensive.
Same thing with meth heads and shit like that.
Yeah.
And normally those super hard drugs are 10 times worse. But I mean, when I was a fucking regional rep for T-Mobile, dude, I had a guy that was a pill popper as an employee, and I had to fire him because this motherfucker couldn't even talk. It literally has to talk to customers all day, and he couldn't even. I walked into the damn store, and his eyes were rolling, and he's at the corner, he's at the counter, just like this, like leaned over, and was like, all fucking zoned out. I'm like, you're right. He's like, yeah, man, I'm fine, man. It's just like, I'm good, you know. And I'm like, you high as a kite right now? And he's like, oh man, I've been rolling balls. And I'm just like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You can't be doing this shit, dude. Like, it's all a mess. But and it's not that I care that he fucking did it. Like, whatever, have a good time. It's your fucking problem, in my opinion. Whatever anybody does is their fucking problem. Doesn't mean that I have to accept it or be soft with their feelings about it. But like you're getting paid to do this. You're my employee. Like, at least be able to function. Even if you are high as a kite, be able to function while you're fucking here. Because I'm not gonna have my boss down on me because you fucked up. Because if it's either me or you, it's gonna be you, motherfucker. I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I got too much at stake. So, not at that time. Now I do. But it's just, you know, it is what it is. Everybody's gonna do what they want. Good for them.
Found another one for you.
So
now there's gonna be one more, but there's like 2 more. Then I'm done. I won't
like
look
15.
No. I'm not gonna scroll anymore. Just two more. This one is called Dad Guilt.
Oh, yep. This is mine. Right. Right.
Dude, that right there, like this, it made me, because me and Ari recently got into like a heated argument because she didn't understand when my hours got cut down to 8s. I'm scrambling. All right, where can I apply at? Hitting up my boy, like, go detail cars again to start bringing him more money.
Right.
She's arguing with me. It's like, no, dog, I'd rather you be home to help me with all this other stuff, and I can work all the hours. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is it's in me. It's built in me. Like, I have to be the one to be putting in the overtime, bringing in the extra money. Like, you don't have to do it.
I'm going to interject here in a second. Continue.
We got into a big argument about that, and unfortunately, I gave in, and I don't regret it, because I get off at 2 o'clock every day, and I go pick up my daughter, and it's like, it's the best moment of my fucking life.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So for my idea, my understanding of it, okay, you already know I work anywhere from 60, 72 hours a week. Okay, and that's regular, okay? And there are times that we get so down because in my field, we're very predominantly automotive. So like Ford went on strike, GM went on strike, Chrysler went on strike, that whole bit. And it slowed us down a bit. We're still busy because we do other things like, you know, refrigerators and furniture and stuff. But point being is, to me, it would come down to who would make more money being out more. Regardless, somebody's out.
That was her argument statement.
Right. At the end of the day, somebody's out. And you know how I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I know that my wife is going to make a killing versus me making that $20 an hour, okay, where she's going to make 40, let her double up. I'll make sure the house is clean. I'll make sure the kids are fed. I'll make sure that things are done that should be done, because now she's on the opposing side of it.
Yeah.
You know, you're basically trading spaces, okay? And that's all good as long as it's understood that once it comes back to normality, it's going back to normality.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not a swinging competition. It's not I mean, it is partially because this is what I'm supposed to do, okay,
Yeah.
to my understanding for myself. But then the other aspect is, you know, as a child, you're gonna need your mom.
Yep.
Okay.
Facts.
And then, you know, you're raised by your mom and you're completed by dad later. It is essentially what it ends up being.
Let me add to that. I think not for every, I say for mostly male kids, I feel like they really catch on to what it means to be a man going into high school. That's when they actually start
I mean, when they
focusing
get
on
later
and
on,
learning
yeah.
that.
And that's the thing. So, like, I saw a video. I'm not going to pull it up on my TikTok or anything, but there's a video, and it was an older gentleman, different country, and he was explaining it that one is supposed to be the judge, and the other one's supposed to be the teacher. Okay,
Mom's
and
teaching.
it's not right, and it's not a competition. That's where everybody fucks up. Everybody
Yeah.
thinks it's a competition for some reason, or the term they like to use is toxic masculinity. First off, masculinity isn't fucking toxic.
No.
We go to World War III right now. You motherfuckers are calling every man in, point blank and period. Okay, yeah, there's some women there, absolutely. I'm not arguing that, but it's probably going to be 3-1.
Yes.
But point being is, we're not going to go there. But dad should be the judge, and he should, you know, do the sentencing, so to speak. Where mom's going to be the educator, the trainer, the this, the that.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because mom is empathetic. Children are in their emotion. Okay, when you get older, like you said, when you get into high school, boys usually tend to grasp things and blah blah and whatever in a different aspect. I fully agree with that. And the other aspect, it's not modern day definition of it, but
Yeah.
you know, how does my daughter know how to change a tire? Because I fucking showed her and she's 17.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to show her when she was 3. You know,
Sure.
she's supposed to be a little princess then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but inevitably, she'll be tinkering on this car with you, right? That way, she's proficient in what it is that she does, and then she ain't got to rely on nobody. But that's for a later discussion, I guess. But point being, that's supposed to be the judge, because how do you know if there's any progression without a judge?
Yeah.
If you're still stuck in the same spot, if that child's still stuck in the same spot, doesn't start thinking outside of himself and or herself and him or her emotion, nobody's gonna call it. Mom's gonna be sitting there still coddling. I don't want to. Your wife better not yell at me. So
She'll yell when she sees this.
I'm sure she will. It's not my fault. He's a fucking grown ass man.
Yes. T-girl.
You can spank him later. But yeah, I mean, I get it. But on the other aspect, like I said, and back to the actual subject of it, it's a matter of, if she made more money, you made more money doing what you were about to be out of the house doing.
Yeah.
Because in the house is in the house. There's always chores. There's always shit to
Yeah.
do. There's always things to do. The kids need tending to. Dogs need tending to. You got to mow the lawn, pick up leaves, blah, 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 blah. But if my wife's going to double up the money that I would make by being out of the house, well, then let me enjoy my time with my kid. Because under normal circumstances, I don't get that time. Where under normal circumstances, she does.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of, it's a dad win and a little bit of an offset balance. You know, now dad can take effect a little bit or whatever. But you got to be in the right place with the right people in order to do that. You got people that are stuck in fucking competition with one another. Like I said, that's what it seems to be. They're gonna be pissed. It's your job to take your ass out there. Who gives a fuck you're gonna make $10 less an hour? You're gonna do it. Who cares that I can double up the money? I don't want to be out the house.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, yeah, you gotta take it when you can. And then once back to high output season, and you're stuck on fucking 12s and rotating midnights and 21 turns and whatever the fuck else you're gonna find yourself coming across, 4 on, 4 off, it's gonna be done because that's what we do. So,
Unfortunately, that's where me and the wife are going to be at here shortly once my hours pick back up. When I get back on 12s, my boss already told me, like, yeah, probably like middle end of March.
yeah.
I'm going to be back on your toes 5 days a week and some Saturdays. I'm like, I'm ready for it. I want to
Right.
bring in extra money. We got plans to build a house in 3 years.
But until then, you let her rake in the
Yeah.
money. You
She made a good point. She's like, you picking up the second job, making $15, $18 an hour, just detailing cars, working was 5 to 6 hours after you get off your regular job Monday through Friday. It's like it doesn't make sense for me to do that when she comes home to work a little bit, which I love her to death, but I hate bringing work home. Home is home.
Yeah, but is she making money while she's home?
Yes,
is
she
she
is.
getting paid to be home?
Oh yeah.
Then fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I suck it up and deal with it, but at the same time, I can't wait.
Yeah. You get her a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Make her a little plate or whatever it is you cook that day, and then for the hour or 2 or 3 or whatever it is that she's home doing this, you just tend to the house, and then you get to enjoy your time. Like you said, you get to pick up the baby at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's time for daddy and daughter time. It's time to chill, watch tunes, do this, do that, snack, whatever the case may be. And those are the little pleasantries that you've already put in your 80-hour work weeks for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
In for. Now you get to do 40s and enjoy your time a little bit.
Yeah.
Does it suck? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it suck to see your wife work a bit more than you do? Absolutely. Does it suck that, like I said, mom's not raising the kids? Not necessarily in one aspect, but in the other, dads aren't as empathetic. We're not well, for me, I'm not so emotionally involved where I might not understand something where she would. And, and that's the part that sucks. Other than that, I get to see my fucking kid.
I blame you for not having sentimental.
I have sentiment, okay? You guys just don't.
You do. I give it to you. I saw it for the
sentiment,
first time. I saw it for the first time when Roman passed. I saw it for the first time. And
it killed me. Fucking killed me.
Even if it was through text, like I felt your words through those texts, dude. And I felt it, and like, I was like, damn.
Right.
John finally felt it. Finally felt it. As long as I've been working with you, you've always been a fucking hard ass rock that doesn't want to explode. You hit it with a hammer.
I'm a teddy bear.
But no, I finally saw it, and then I probably right when I saw that's when I'm like, my shell started to get fucking hard as shit, and I'm just ruthless now. My sister, my dad tell me like, because my mom wanted to have a meeting with me because she's going through shit.
Right.
And in my head, it's like, you put yourself through this. Like, what do you want me to do about it? I have my family to have to worry about.
Right.
Okay, if you want me to pick her up at 2 o'clock, just say that. We don't need to have a family meeting about it. Just say it. But stop asking for I'm always going to have my mom. I love my mom to death. My mom's going to have her regardless. That's my mother. Right. But at the same time, I've been through the same shit that they've been through. And they've molded me into this person that's like, stop looking for sympathy and just get the shit fucking done.
Right.
Like, how are you going to get mad at me about that? Like, that's what I've been molded into.
Yeah.
And I try to explain that to my sister and my dad. Like, they don't know me like you know me. And I'm trying to get them to understand that. They're trying to judge me like, oh, you have no heart, and it's like you don't care about nobody else but yourself and all that shit. I'm like, do you realize who I've been around? And it's like come on, like I'm the main person that's always sentimental and all that shit about everybody. I'm always putting myself in other people's shoes. I'm always making sure, like, I'm not trying to.
You give them the shirt off your back once.
Yeah.
If all they're gonna do is fucking shred that shirt up and throw it to the side, you're not gonna do it again.
I'm like,
where you see people, the same. You give a motherfucker an inch, they take a mile, right?
Yep.
Once they get to 5 inches, you boot that motherfucker to the side and say you're done. Like, don't continue that fucking path, because then all you're doing is fucking enabling in any fashion at that point. Okay? You're enabling them to think that you're going to pay for it, that you're going to fix it, that you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And then when you come home, your wife is bitching at you because you're not home doing the shit necessary for you to do what you need to do. We ain't having all that.
Nope.
Okay? So, or, whatever the case may be, whoever you're helping out, whoever you're with, whatever the case, for yourself, for that matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be your wife.
I don't know if these things actually play. I don't think so.
Streaming on there? So I could just hear it?
Yeah, like if I click on it right now, like it will still play, but I don't know once I play back the video if it's going to pick it up.
And that's the thing. It's just, compliment. Everybody could be better than what they were the day before, for sure.
See, now, okay, this is the one where it's just like, hidden secrets about people who are angry.
Oh, he was trying to take a shot.
No, but at the same time, I felt this one because it's like, once you actually hear the whole thing, you're like, okay, yeah, I can see why I felt this way. but it's not pertaining to you because when I heard, I'm like, nah, this ain't John. This ain't John.
Okay.
No, okay. All right. All right. Okay, I believe that.
Okay. Absolutely. How is that not me?
Well, because it came down to the beginning of it. It's like, no, that's not like John. But the number 2 and number 3, mainly my number 2 is like when I don't feel appreciated by the people I truly do care about. It's just like, well, fuck, what am I like? I have this conversation with like Ari once or twice a month, dude. It's just like, damn, like it comes down to like we all have phones.
Right.
There's 2 sides. Like I'm always hitting up, trying to hang out, and just like always trying to be one with everybody. Like get close with everybody. Like you know how me and Joe are.
Yeah.
Joe's my boy, and dude, I love that.
Pain in
dude.
the ass, though.
I love that dude to death.
My little brother.
And do not take offense to this, Joe. But like it's like sometimes it's like fuck, man.
We love you. We love you too fucking much. That's the problem.
That's my problem. I love too much, and I try to, in regards like before me and Ari had our baby, like his kids, I'm like, bring me straight A's. Take you to GameStop, take you to
I
Campbell's.
remember and buy them J's, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I didn't care. Like it didn't bother me. Like I thought of Joe's kids as my nieces and nephews. I
Right.
loved it, and you guys were like family. But like sometimes it's like, damn, I feel like I'm the only one that actually hits up everybody to go chill or like hang out. Like, oh, what you doing tonight? Like, oh, we're free. Regardless of, I know I'm free and you might be busy, but I'm still gonna hit you up and like, hey, you got a minute? Like, you want to chill, have a few drinks or whatever, it is. But majority of the time, there's no reply. This is not just you, Joe. This is everybody else I hit up. There's no reply. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, maybe next time. And I text them next time. And it's like, oh no, we already got plans on other stuff. It's like, if I texted you a week ago about trying to connect, like hang out, we haven't seen each other in a minute, you would think you'd take initiative, like, oh shit, yeah, let's try to do this next weekend. Let's try to do something else. Like that's why, like I will always make time for my boys.
Yeah.
Always. Like you hit me up like, oh shit, I'm busy this weekend. I got next weekend. Oh, like we can plan something right now.
Right.
I'm always making a plan. But I feel like no one else wants to put in that effort to try to keep this candle lit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's like a relationship or anything,
Fuck,
but
I'm the lighter, bro.
and that's why you're here right now. Shit.
I mean, like I get it.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, I guess you could say, you know, probably more me than a couple of the other people that this pertains to, for that matter. Like, you know, my time is limited.
Yeah.
You know, I know that you know without a doubt. So I know I don't have to explain it to you. But when I get a minute, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm here today. I blew off Kelvin's birthday party. I'm like, I can't. I gotta go to Canards, bro. Like,
You didn't have to do
yes,
that.
I did.
No,
Yes, I
you
did.
didn't.
I missed your fucking face. Okay? I haven't seen it in a minute.
John makes me feel loved, and that's why I love him so much.
But to refer to your video again, not that I know that they can hear it on the other end, for that matter. How the fuck is that not me? Okay,
I mean,
because I always demanded higher of you.
Yeah.
And it's not as much as you saw the shell, you know, which is what everybody sees is a shell, the hard, crusty ass, beat up shell.
Yeah.
The point being is that I knew he could do better. I knew he could be beyond what I was doing or by my side. And I'll give you an example, as much as you probably don't want to hear about this shit. So in the midst of our, we said this earlier, where we're arguing and he told me to fuck off, basically, tell him punch me in the face, whatever. In the midst of that, okay, so he is family. He is an extension of my family.
Not Fast and Furious family.
No, not that, not that gay shit. Okay. I don't have superpowers like Vin Diesel either. But you know, he's extension family. So we work with a couple dudes on the floor, and we're fucking pissed at each other at this point. Me trying to get him to understand that he could do better in every aspect of what he was doing. Not that he was doing bad by any means, but and it was financially driven on both aspects. The more we output, the more money we made. You know, we got our incentive and shit. So I always demanded high of all my guys, but especially this one, because he was supposed to, A, at his position, be my right-hand man. B, he's one of the boys, he's family. C, it would make mine and his own job fucking easier. So that's why I always demanded it of him, as much as he may not understand. And as much as he got pissed at me, okay, I had to sit here awkwardly in a truck driving him to the ER after he got fucking coil slapped about how much he is the last person I want to see get injured at my job. Doesn't matter how mad he was at me. Doesn't matter how irritated or mad I was at him either. And it was an awkward fucking car ride. And I sat there and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Fuck this. Like, the last person I want to see fucking injured is you.
Yeah.
It was you.
I remember that. You were
Okay.
the one that pulled me out of the cage and everything.
Yeah, no shit.
I was on the floor, got smacked by a tail of a coil.
Now, after finding out that he was okay, it was kind of funny because he had fear face, you know. But in the midst of that moment, it wasn't funny. Like, had this shit caught him the wrong way, it could have split his shit in half. And I'm not talking metaphorically. I'm talking literally. So, you know, he got he got slapped by a coil that they make car frames out of. Okay, to explain how strong and thick this shit is.
I don't know if you can see this, but this is the hard hat I wore that day. There's a gouge right here at the top of it.
A little chunk missing.
Yeah, where the coil hit me. I'm gonna try to get that on camera. All right, right there. It may be a little bit of a gouge, but if that gouge actually penetrated my skull, I probably wouldn't be here today.
So had it been, I don't know, 9 inches lower and caught him on the chest, it would have literally shredded right through whatever it touched.
Yep.
Okay, he's lucky, and the fortunate aspect of it is lucky across the top of his hat versus the top or below his chin or his chest or his arms or anything else.
This pretty face wouldn't be here.
It would have been fucked up. But point being is that, you know, and I wouldn't necessarily call it love hard, as hard as I love, but it's just a matter of, you know, like, you know your people, you know your boys, you know your family, you know what to expect and not expect of them. And in this aspect, it was, you know, I expect a ton out of him so he can do better and be where he's at currently. But I already gave him the shirt at least 35 fucking times, you know what I mean? And that's where my patience was burnt out on that aspect and why I came off extra grumpy. But, you know, it wasn't without cause of a different aspect. It was to make him excel. So
if it wasn't for John, I probably wouldn't be in this house that I have right now.
he would, just a little later. That's all. He would have did it. Either that or he would have built the house that he wanted. One or the other. I firmly believe that, as much as he wants to be doubtful.
John has been a good help to me in this lifestyle that I have.
Lavish as fuck.
It's not as lavish as you think it is.
It is.
I
I don't have a GTO in my garage, okay?
Because you have
got a Nissan Frontier
you have a whole
to drive
RC shop for one. You have an RC shop.
Don't bring them up.
You have a Call of Duty lineup happening right now.
I only got 2 loadouts, okay?
Oh man,
dude! Came with the shotgun and Vector with the AR, and they're all pretty.
Really hoping that it picks these videos up, because this one that I found is like, damn.
It's gold, apparently.
No, like it. I actually started writing lyrics around it, because you know I write lyrics here and there and all that stuff. So
he'd be rapping when he's drunk too. Don't let him fool you.
I'm actually pretty. I'm not as bad as I was before. Like yo.
He would say yo at least 50 times.
Yeah, before.
Then he would say some other shit. But I don't rap, so I don't know how that goes.
You haven't even heard Baby Girl song, have you?
Mm-mm.
What?
I haven't heard a bunch of shit. The last song that I heard that you and Joey made was like Sila singing.
No, that wasn't even me in there.
Well, whatever.
Bro.
That's the last homemade one I heard
I have to play it for
out
you.
of that garage.
I might have to play it for you off live.
Off record.
Off record, you know. I'll probably still have the headphones hooked up and all that stuff so you can still hear it decently. But listen to this. Finally got to open up. There have been, I still fight my shit like I told you before.
We all do.
There have been 2 videos since TikTok has came out that has exactly explained everything, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
People always ask me why am I drinking, and it's like, damn, I'm drinking so much to drive my demons away, but guess what? My demons can fucking swim.
I made friends with my demons a long time ago.
Yeah, there's a few of those, and there's like how to defeat your demons, turn around. That's basically it. That was the whole fucking TikTok.
I mean, it essentially it's kind of true. And I mean, not that I'm without moments and times that raise issues for me. And for me, more or less, it's specific dates more than times, or specific for me vehicles.
Yeah.
Because of things I remember from other shit, but
I'm gonna try to.
we're not gonna get into my shit.
I mean, that's why we're here.
No.
We're here to talk about everything.
No, I don't need a therapist.
This
I
is
probably
called
need a
liquid
therapist.
therapy.
Right. I probably do need a therapist. I'm just gonna say that I don't. You know?
Aries told me that I need a therapist, but it's like I don't think I can sit there and talk to somebody. Like, it would be nice to have someone that doesn't know me at all and doesn't know my situation and just like venting out and getting their personal opinion on it. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel like just sitting there. It's not going to do anything for me. Like,
it will. I mean,
it's
it
still
will.
going to be here,
time.
and I'm still going to have to fight it.
At least to my understanding, it takes time anyway. I've never been to therapy, but
I take it back. I've been to a therapist when my mom and dad split up, and we moved. No, it was when my mom and dad split up before we moved to Lafayette. I want to try to find this other TikTok. It's old as shit, but I highly doubt I'm going to find it.
then quit trying to find it. If you highly doubt you're gonna find it.
I mean, but you never know. You always have to have that.
Right, but logically speaking,
God.
if you
logic.
If you already said that I doubt I'm gonna find it, it's gonna either take way too long, or you ain't gonna find it.
No, if you just keep sitting here talking, I just keep doing my finger like
This
this.
is what I've been talking about. You're not part of the conversation. Stay at the goddamn phone.
I am part of the conversation. I'm part of the conversation.
But I don't know. It's just there's too much shit, man.
That just made me think about that. That's the other breaking point
What?
in my life. When my dad came out here and that whole situation with him.
Which one?
When right after my grandma passed. When he came out here, we were at Joey's house for New Year's and all. Yeah. That when you see me in the corner, like right by the, like Joe even was worried about me. I was sitting right by a speaker. His volume was all the way up, and my head's just right in that speaker. Yeah. I just wanted to drown out all the dude, like that.
You need to go fishing more. That's what you need to do. You can drink a 6-pack while you're out.
Yeah, I've been kayak fishing with you, and that was the best experience I've ever
I guess
fucking
you have
had.
2 kayaks now.
Oh, shit.
That way I can bring a buddy.
I'm down to do it. You know what I really want to do? I want to go hunting.
That's what I want to do too.
Joey went hunting last weekend.
Yeah, he's buying all types of stuff.
Yeah,
that
I
you
figured
can-
because he tried to sell me his whole studio setup, tried to sell me his speakers and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, you're out of music just like that? Like, Jesus. Did he sell his guitars too?
I don't know. Joey, did you sell your guitars?
See,
Let us
that's
know in the comments.
this is no offense to you, Joey. No offense to you at all. But I can't give up something that I know I'm actually decent at to get into something else that I'm just now starting out. Like,
How's
I
Junior
can't do
gonna
that.
play guitar with you if you get rid of your guitars?
Yeah, this is very true.
I mean, granted, he wants to just play your Xbox all the time, but that's not the point.
He's done with video games too. He tried to sell me his PlayStation 5.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't know. Me personally, I'm just like, nah. That's something that, like, anytime me and Joey link up, we're at his house or anything, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I've been writing shit. Let's go. Like, we gotta make some beats or some shit. I mean, give a shit. He is really good at writing music, too.
Yeah, he is.
Really fucking good.
You should make songs and sell them.
God damn, we're almost 2 hours long on this fucking podcast, my guy.
Who's gonna listen to that? Who the fuck's gonna listen
No,
to
I'm
me
gonna-
for 2
I
hours?
was actually
Think about
thinking.
it.
I was actually thinking about this when I saw the time we were already at an hour. I'm like, oh, I can split this in 2 parts. Like, stay tuned for part 2.
Well, you should have said that because now you motherfuckers gonna have to watch the whole thing.
No. I can edit.
Oh,
Editing
okay.
is like
Oh, I
good thing.
forgot. See,
Yeah.
I'm not snazzy like that.
But
I don't
seriously,
know.
stay tuned for part 2.
I don't know how to fucking edit
Roll the outro.
shit. So,
I need a new computer bad, dude. It's like terrible.
dude, I got a netbook.
And what?
A netbook. That's
The
it.
hell's a
Like the
netbook?
little skinny ass basic fucking computers.
Nope, never seen it.
They're like $200.
Oh,
Cheap.
wait,
All they're
no,
good for is like building a resume and sending emails. I don't do everything on my phone. My
This
fancy
had to
ass
be like
phone.
a year ago.
Still looking for that video?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find it now. They probably took it down, but it like I can explain
I
it.
already said this.
I can explain it. It's about this one construction worker. He's walking around with the video and he's like literally saying this. Y'all ever heard about secondhand suicide? Not like you doing it in life, but a terrible accident, taking it so that way your loved ones and everyone don't feel guilty of you killing yourself, but just like a terrible accident takes you so you can just, everybody can be in good hands and not have to worry about it's their fault and all that stuff. It was a tragic accident or something. I'm like, damn. I've literally been thinking about that for a minute.
The fuck kind of shit?
Dude, like he
No,
explains
I mean,
it better.
I get it. I get it. I get the
Yeah, it's
fact
just-
that way it's not an actual.
Secondhand suicide.
That way they don't take into thought that you did it yourself.
Yeah.
Because that will consume some people with their own guilt. So that's
Yeah, so like when I
that's
hit
part
up
of
somebody, I'm like, oh, I'm busy this weekend. And then a week later, I'm like, all right, fuck it, boom.
Yeah.
Off myself. And then they're like, fuck, I should have hung out with them.
Yeah,
They're feeling guilty and all that
save
shit.
them from their guilt. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
I don't want that on anybody. Don't want that. Not saying that I'm considering committing suicide or secondhand suicide or
You
whatever.
better
or
not.
shit.
I
No,
will.
no.
I'll beat your dead body's ass.
I have developed well past that, and I've learned just to deal with my shit, get through it, and I got a good support system now that I have multiple people I can talk to about certain shit and everything, and it's good. And it's crazy to think. Always remember this, people. Blood is not always thicker than water. Just know that blood is not always thicker than water. Sometimes that water is thicker than that blood. And I'm testifying to that because I have, not saying my family's terrible, but I definitely do have the family lifestyle here without blood around me right now. And it's helped me get through a lot of shit. It got me to the place I'm in right now, and I ain't complaining about a damn thing.
Well, that's good. I know I had a little tiny bit to do with that, so
Little tiny shit.
tiny. There's too much time.
I say you and Joel like 50-50 because if I didn't meet Joel, I would have never met you.
Right. But
So-
that being said, whether we did meet without Joey or with Joey, I still would have made you work how I made you work.
That is fucking true. Damn, man.
What?
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep it started at 6 o'clock. It's been a solid 2 hours since we've been here. Damn. I want to keep it long. We both got to work tomorrow, so don't you fucking do it. No.
Always a little nip touch.
Too much nip touch.
And that's how we'll end this, I guess.
Yes.
We'll keep it
But yeah.
G.
Yeah, it's definitely past G. Definitely past G. But yeah, guys, this concludes this podcast for tonight. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you're letting your people know about this podcast. You might be on it one day. You never know.
Yeah, let them know.
You never know.
It's quick. It's
It's-
2 seconds and you're done.
We
Just fucking do it, man.
have a good time. We have a few drinks. We sit here and chop it up. Don't matter if you smoke, drink, well, I don't care. No cocaine, though. We ain't doing all that. No,
You can on your own.
yeah, before you get here, that I prefer.
We don't
that.
judge, though.
Yeah.
If
We
that's
have a
your
reputation
flavor,
to
let
hold
it
over
be.
here. But we are we are working towards getting some things out that I'm really excited about because of this podcast and the title and all that stuff. Just be prepared, my fellow friends. But you got your boy Kennard, you got my boy Jonathan. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.